Troy is a fabulous fabric from the land of the five rivers.
Years ago, when we came to Los Angeles, I really believed that the greatness of the Raiders would be in its future.
We are back, man. Hey, man, it's that time.
Oh, you didn't know?
50-50.
Welcome to the 50-50 Show with PharoahNFL and the Severe Raider, the realest show for Raider Nation.
The perpetuation of the greatness of the Raiders to take a professional football team and give it a distinct characteristic that's different from all others.
Make sure to clock in, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Man, you already know what time it is, man. It's the 50-50 Show, man. We back at it again, man. And now, hey, the offseason, I guess you say it's officially over? You know, first day, well, technically not the first day of training camp. They report, like everybody reported. You know, it's officially everybody has reported from the, obviously the rookies reported last week, I think last Thursday, I believe. And the entire team today was able to report to training camp. They'll have their first official practice tomorrow, man. So offseason's officially over, meaning that, like, now we'll be able to talk about the battles that's happening within the team and who's getting better, who's going to be starting, who, you know, the outlook for the season. We'll have a really good idea within the next few weeks and to a month before the season starts. I think we'll have a good idea. Usually in the past, when they had like 4 preseason games, usually that third preseason game kind of told you what type of team. You know what I mean? It didn't matter. It doesn't matter that if the team went 4-0, didn't win a game. When the starters were in there, you have an idea of like, all right, you know what, the Raiders are going to be able to run the ball this year. Raiders are going to have some explosive plays on offense, or they're going to have something to them, or it's going to be a long season. But we'll get into all that. We'll get into conversations. Raiders were able to make some moves today. We'll get into that. Pete Carroll, obviously, he had a pressure today. We'll talk about that. But before we get into that, man, we appreciate everybody pulling up. If you haven't already, make sure to clack in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We appreciate everybody pulling up. And we're going to start it off right, man. My guy, Rick Rock, in the building, man, pulling up. Let me, all right, man, we gotta respect Rick Rock's comment right. Okay, boom. There you go.
My guy, Rick Rock.
Man, appreciate you coming through, man. My guy pulling up. LS in the building, man. He says Pete Carroll must have the most convincing dementia ever. He's managed to convince Spytech that it's actually 2020. Yeah,
LS got jokes, man. LS always got jokes, man.
He's talking. He basically, this is probably in reference to some of the moves that the Raiders have made, and we'll get into that. My guy Lewis in the building, man. My guy pulling up, man. Hey, man. Friendly reminder, just letting you know, man. Night crew, as we like to say it, man. The night crew is pulling up right now, and they gotta clock in. So make sure to clock in, and what that means is like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you're watching the replay, also, leave a comment, man. Let us know your thoughts on the show, anything you agree with, disagree with, all that good stuff, man. My guy Cam, man, all the way from Canada. Oh, my guy, man, pull it up, man. What's going on, bro? Hey, what parts? From Toronto, Vancouver. I mean, I don't only know the major cities. I'm sure there's other cities as well.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Because Toronto's on the East Coast. I think Toronto's on the East Coast, and Vancouver is on this side.
It's more toward the west.
Right.
Because Vancouver is more like, I think what somebody's telling me, it's more like, not necessarily rural, but it's like not like Toronto's like a big city. Toronto's like a big city. It's like a New York style city. And Vancouver is not. It's not that style.
Yeah. And then there's Montreal. They have other bigger cities as well. I think Montreal might be on near the Toronto side as well. But anyways, man, Cam, man, appreciate you coming through. PNW Mark in the building, man. My guy pulling up, man. Hey, we appreciate everybody pulling up, man. Space Beast.
Pacific Northwest, my dog, Space Beast.
Space Beast, man. My guy comes through. Supports always, man. Says old moves, but hopefully good moves. Yeah, man. Hey, man. What I like to say, man, and I've been saying this the entire offseason, cautiously optimistic. That's the best way you could put it, man. My guy Daryl pulling up, man. Appreciate you coming through. Man, we got Ray pulling up. Salute y'all. Where is camp at? You know what? Is it in Vegas?
It's in Henderson, yeah.
It's in Vegas, yeah. Vegas. Earlier in the offseason, we thought it was going to be in Napa, but that kind of fell through. Last year, it was obviously in SoCal, Southern California. I'm trying to remember the city.
Costa Mesa.
Costa Mesa, yeah, I believe it was there.
Yeah,
but I guess
that was Pete Carroll finessing. I said at the time it was Pete Carroll finessing y'all. Right. You know what? Look, I thought, it was a good move, smart. You know what I mean? Trying to get the. You think it was one of those, just what we were talking about earlier? Just be confident, super confident, but don't come through, don't follow through. Yeah, exactly. Oh man, that sounds like a long season, Severe. That sounds like a long season. Blame it on forces out of your control. Oh my God, yeah, we're gonna do this. Oh my God, we tried, and that's at that point you've already endeared yourself to people, so they're gonna give you a pass. Yeah. Okay, Cam. Hey man, West Coast, it is. For sure. That's what's up, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Let's see. Man. Dare, are you from Alaska? You saying you from Alaska? Okay. Vancouver is like Seattle? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
Talking
I've
about
heard
the kind of city it is, because like Toronto's hella fast paced. It's like New York, fast paced, like super metropolitan.
I was just gonna
And
say, because I was speaking to someone that said that they drove all the way to Canada, like to Vancouver, like they long. You know, obviously it was a road trip, obviously, but it was at least close enough for them to even like tempt it, I guess you could say. GMG says subbed and like Cowboys fan. Oh man, you a Cowboys fan? It's never too late, man, to join the dark side, man. We gonna roast you.
Yeah.
But then we gonna appreciate you because you made the right decision by coming to the dark side, man. So, but man, the Cowboys, man, y'all have some issues too, man. What Raiders fans had to deal with for years.
Yeah.
Or I want to say, yeah, I guess you could say for years.
For years.
With Al Davis.
Yeah. Jerry
Jones is like taking shots at the best players and just starting drama. Like, it's just like, come on, man. Like, that's not what you want to hear before the season. Like, you know, but I know it's tough being a Cowboys fan. It is what it is. But at least the media is gonna be talking about y'all, no matter what. So, a lot of places you can go for Cowboys information.
Yeah, facts. One of the first YouTubers I ever watched, like sports YouTubers, is dude named Vash Lombardi. He's a good channel. If you're a Cowboys fan, check out Vash. He does good work for Cowboy stuff.
Michael
he also does scouting stuff too, a whole bunch of scouting stuff. That's how I got hip to him. But he makes mainly Cowboy content.
Okay. Oh, that's what's up, bro. Hey, man, all the way from Alaska, man. We got everybody pulling up from everywhere, man. Raider Nation is worldwide, man.
Facts.
That's the one thing about Raider Nation. I remember my boy was in Japan. He said he just pulled up into like some mall in Japan, and it was hella Raider stuff everywhere. And I know there's like people from Australia, like you know, content creators from Australia as well. You know what I mean? That are Raider fans. Like, it's crazy. You know, it's worldwide. Michael, I guess it'll be a good segue to one of our first topics that we want to talk about. Who fills in for Christian Wilkins? Can Geno Smith convince the doubters? Salute to the dark side, man. Appreciate you, Michael, man. Appreciate you coming through. Yeah. Christian Wilkins, man, recently on social media was able to post him and his teammates kind of like messing around and whether it's singing Backstreet Boys, that is kind of random, but
I believe it was Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, just messing around. But what people noticed was that he was out of his boot, the boot that he had to go back on when, you know, apparently when people were concerned that he re-injured and, you know, maybe his healing process is taking longer than possible. But it's a great sign for him to basically make his debut, maybe on the practice field at some point in training camp. Maybe he makes it in before. You know, it might be a situation where they could play it safe and have him miss the first few games. Because right now he's on a PUP list, and I called it too. What I tell you, I said it right. It smells like a situation where they're gonna put him on the PUP list. Guess what? He's on the PUP list. Yeah. But technically, he can come back at any point before the season and be ready for week 1. But if he's still on a PUP list by week 1, then he's gonna miss automatically the first 4 games. And the reason why that would be the case is because I don't think he counts towards the if he's on a PUP list, I don't think he counts towards the roster. So it helps them bring in an extra player and, you know, strategy. You know, that's how these teams move. But who fills in with Christian Wilkins is the question. Adam Butler I think he's already penciled in as starter. I know they drafted a couple of D tackles in this year. We'll see how they do in training camp, because you hear from, you know, Pete Carroll in his presser, he's not afraid to play young guys. And it's not him just talking. Historically speaking, it's been the case, especially, you know, if you think about the young corners, Tariq Woolen, guy that was drafted in the 4th, 5th round for the Seattle a few years ago, Kobe Bryant, them guys are like contributors to that Seattle team to this day. I mean, well, I need at least Tariq Woolen is right now. Like
Devin Witherspoon is another guy.
Devin Witherspoon, but he was a lottery, like he was a top 10, top 5 pick. So it would make sense for him to get on the football field. But like a Tariq Woolen, everybody expected him to like develop because he had the raw, talent, but people felt like, he needed some time to develop, but he hit the ground running with the Seattle Seahawks. And the reason why that's relevant is because we got players right now currently on the team that we've been hearing a lot of buzz when it comes to, them contributing. Like you got Dante Thornton, forgetting another name, Dante Thornton, Jack Besh, you got the Hemingway, the D tackle that they drafted.
Darian Porter.
Darian Porter, drafted in the third round. So, and I'm not I don't want to mention like that, like the Genties, because we all know Genties going to be
obvious. Yeah,
it's pretty obvious. But the later round picks, I feel like there might you never know. You never know. But to go back to Zach Carter, could be a guy that might fill in as a run stuffer, maybe nose tackle. So maybe Adam Butler, Zach Carter, and then fill in the blank some of the guys that can come in and just because what's going to happen is it's going to be like they're going to rotate guys in. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe Adam Butler probably will be like technically a starter, but they're still going to rotate in guy. I think that's going to be the situation if a Christian Wilkins in there. Now, I want to get to this real quick, and you could address this question as well. They did bring in somebody today. Yeah. A guy that the Raider Nation is familiar with. Back in 2020, 2021, I think 2021 was the season when Gus Bradley was the defensive coordinator for the Raiders. And I felt like the Raiders actually looked, I want to say better defensively, but we were making more plays. Yeah.
They're competent.
Like if you compare it, Gus Bradley made Paul Gunther. I mean, Paul Gunther was terrible. So Gus Bradley, he came in like he had everywhere to go up but up. Like he can go basically he had it wasn't a situation where it was a lot of pressure on Gus Bradley. Like you noticed the difference between Gus and Paul Gunther. Yeah. But they brought in Quentin Jefferson. Yeah. They brought him in for a visit, and that could be a guy that they might throw into a mix. He's a veteran D tackle. Obviously, he played with the Raiders a few years ago. He was pretty productive. That's another guy they can factor in. Christian Wilkins. We just talked about Christian Wilkins. Obviously, he, looks like he might be on track to play at some point. Some people were saying that he might miss the entire season, but I think that it's going to be a committee type of situation at D tackle. What's your thoughts on the D tackle situation?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we have some young guys here too, but obviously, them bringing in Jefferson. You see the Christian Wilkins video and you think oh man, okay, maybe he's gonna be back sooner than expected. I know early in the process, Vinny Bonsignor said that he anticipated him being back early August, which if that video holds true, the timeline kind of holds up. But the fact that we brought in Quentin Jefferson, that kind of makes me think that are we fishing for another body here? Could it be, a little setback for Christian Wilkins? Are we not anticipating him until early on? So that's why we needed Quentin Jefferson there, so we don't put a whole bunch of snaps on these other guys very early in the preseason process and in camp. So I don't know, but we have people there. I like Adam Butler. I think Adam Butler is a dog. I like Jonah Laulu. I think Jonah Laulu is going to be a good player this year. I think he's going to have a nice little leap. I like what I saw from Zach Carter last year as well. He's a guy. Him and Laulu are both guys that can kind of play that inside and play, that kind of a big defensive end role. So I think I don't want to say we're good there because some of our depth are rookies, as you mentioned, in Tonka Hemingway and JJ Pagee. So you never really know what you're going to get. But between all those bodies plus Lucky for two, I think we got a nice little amount of competition there, especially when you consider that Tyree is going to take some snaps on the interior as well, just because you ideally don't want to have him rushing the passer on third down when you have guys like Max Crosby and Malcolm Kuntz who can do it exponentially better. So you throw him on the inside, maybe he can do something there to generate some pressure.
My guy, truest NFL news and podcast in the building, man. Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, man. We here, man.
Yes, sir.
Season was here. Wilkins out here looking twerking paws. Yeah, man. He seemed good, bro. I think everybody kind of reacted. Everybody reacted. Oh man. LS. Oh, okay. LS is in Australia. I didn't know that. Oh, okay, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah, I think you asked him what's the most obscure place we've had somebody be a viewer from. And there's this one wise ass that was on one time. I think he was in Bali. His name's LS. Yeah, his name is LS. Yeah. But man, Yaya, man, Yaya be all over the place, man. Yaya be all over the place, bro. That's like,
oh yeah, for sure,
international man of mystery, man. So
for sure, yeah,
on that level.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's all over, man. We have people like from Vietnam. We have people from, from all over, man. Obviously, Australia, Canada, all over the United States. Man, it's people from Italy. There's one guy.
Our guy. I forgot my.
He always comes in. He says, "Hey, he said,
child from beautiful or something."
Yeah. Call him. I'm from Italy. Something from Italy.
Your boy is in Thailand. Yeah.
Is it Thailand or was it Vietnam? I think it was one.
I thought it was Thailand. Maybe it was Vietnam. I thought it was Thailand, but it could have been Vietnam. But yeah, I think come around the world.
Yeah. That's what Wilkins was dancing the Backstreet Boys on TikTok, flexing his foot. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. He was putting a whole bunch of weight on that foot too. Like putting that foot in like a position where you're like, okay, like maybe it's all right.
Oh man, people are funny. We got jokes. But also he also talked about Geno Smith. Hey man, I'm cautiously optimistic, but I think that Geno is gonna be a big improvement from what we had the last few years. Is it gonna be enough? Is it gonna be enough? Is it gonna be enough for the Raiders to be like a contender with Geno at quarterback? I don't know. We're not there yet. Right now, we're like just hoping to become a team that can get to the playoffs on a consistent basis, or at least make it to begin with, and then build off that. And right now, we're not even there yet. But from just looking at it on paper, I still want the Raiders to get their young franchise QB. But will it happen? Hey, I don't know. If Geno's the guy, I don't think anybody's going to be complaining. But we also know it's going to be a situation where, because I don't think the Raider fans, like, we can all say this, like, we haven't experienced, the closest we think we experienced with drafting a QB and that kind of working out is Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Like Rich Gannon, when he got signed to the Raiders, it was only like 4 years. It was a good 4 years.
Great 4 years. Great 4 years.
Yeah, great. Literally won an MVP. Went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But, I'm hoping that the Raiders can get a guy through the draft and build on, and hopefully we can have our guy at quarterback. But, if Geno's that guy, I'm gonna be behind that as far as supporting that move for him to be the Raiders starting quarterback. Man, Rents. Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. That's funny. I remember that too. Son doesn't get enough love. Yeah, it's because that's true. He does it.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Because we looked at him as more of like a role player kind of guy. Like, he would, in order for him to be a factor this year, I would think that he would have to make a jump from what he was doing last year into this year. And if he's able to do that, then it might make a move where, like Kuntz, for example, Kuntz might become expendable. if Snowden could be a guy that you can put on the football field and count on to stop the run and get after the quarterback, because that's what Kuntz gives you. He kind of gives you another guy like Max, to a lesser extent.
Exactly.
But the reason why like Max and like Kuntz work together is because Max gives you a little bit of something, but Kuntz kind of gives you a little different thing. He kind of gives you a little more speed.
Yes.
And on the other side.
Nah, facts. And they're both very effective too. So it's like I like Snowden. I like what he brought to the team last year. Unfortunate he had that DUI incident, and I think there's speculation that he can be suspended. He could be suspended for 3 games. So we'll kind of see what that does to his NFL future and his prospects on staying on this team. But I like what I saw from him. He needs to obviously add some functional strength to his game. Kind of see that when they got bigger tackles or bigger blockers, he kind of struggled with those guys. But if he can put on some weight, I think he'll be a nice little find.
All right, Lewis, man, calm down. Lewis on the run. On the run, man. All right, man. So, what team you root for, Jay?
You ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna be like the Eagles, something like that.
You talking trash, like, hey, what team you probably gonna say? Oh, the Patriots. You know what I mean? He's gonna probably say something, one of them, whatever team
Eagles.
has the most.
Like that, the Eagles.
Oh, the Eagles. You know what I mean? They got to be
somebody that just won.
Geno is a top 10 QB with quality weapons. Brock will help him in the red zone. Play calling too will help. Chip Kelly, I think everybody's talking about Geno. I think Chip Kelly is the guy that I'm gonna be like. If Chip Kelly is lights out at OC, I feel like everything else will come together. Because Chip Kelly is gonna make it so. I mean, he's gonna make it. He's gonna make it work.
Yeah.
Because we seen what happened last year, where we kind of went into the season like, oh man, we have Brock Bowers, and we have this, and we got this, and we got that, and Devontae at the time, but it was doomed to fail at least, but it happened actually. They ended up firing the offense coordinator last year.
Nah, facts. Yeah, I mean, I think Chip Kelly's creativity and ingenuity combined with Geno Smith's leadership, accuracy, and mobility, I think that's a nice little combination. And I think if we can just alleviate some of the pressure on him in the red zone, I think he'll have a good year. And as Matt Marinovich was saying, like I think Brock will help there. I think Michael Mayer will play a big part down there. I think Jacoby Myers will play a big part down there, and potentially Ashton Genty will play a big part down there as well. So we take some of that pressure off his shoulders in the red zone. I think you have a very productive, borderline top 10 statistical season as a quarterback. I can see him being like a Pro Bowl alternate or something like that. So I wouldn't put it past him. So hopefully, man, hopefully.
So the Raiders were able to make some signings today.
Yes.
So they did bring in Quentin Jefferson for a visit. They haven't officially signed him, but they went ahead and signed Jamal Adams and other free agents as well. What do you think of the move?
It's a depth piece. Adams has rarely been healthy. He's been bouncing around the league ever since Seattle let go of him. So I think he's been on 3 teams recently. He's obviously not the Jamal Adams that came out of LSU. Obviously not the Jamal Adams that was on the Jets. So you kind of don't know what you're going to get, because when healthy, I hear he's good. He's still a pretty effective player. Still really can't cover, but he can cause havoc in the run game, and he's good as a blitzer. But he hasn't been healthy recently. Another reason I can see for them making this move is if they really intend on using Jeremy Chin in the slot a lot as a big nickel, then Jamal Adams could slide right into that role as strong safety that Jeremy Chin would normally play, and it's kind of a seamless transition, but between those guys. So that could be a possibility there as well. So instead of us going out there and getting the slot corner, we use Jeremy Chin there more, and we have a three safety look.
Yeah, so they signed Jamal Adams, Philip Dorsett, Raiders receiver. He was a former Raider receiver as well. Like he played for the Raiders.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he made the 53, but he was with us for the offseason though.
I remember he played for Colts for a few years. I know he played for the Colts, especially when Andrew Luck was quarterback, back when he was in the league. This is more of like, I think just adding depth to the receiver room a little bit, adding some competition, adding a veteran. Probably not the veteran that the Raiders expected to sign, but hey, it might be a good sign that they feel good about the room. Like they feel good about the room, which is interesting because outside of like Jacoby Myers, everybody else is kind of like, you know what I mean? Like they come with questions. Well, I wouldn't say after they come with big questions. Trey Tucker is probably the next guy that you would say is more of a guy. He's going to his third year, but then there's questions about him. Like, do you want him starting on the outside? Is he going to be the starting outside receiver? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah, but we'll see how that shakes out. But and then I think they signed cornerback JT Woods as well. He's kind of been like a journeyman cornerback. He got drafted by the Chargers. Maybe add some competition for the slot cornerback position, especially that part, because I'm like Darnay Holmes is like really the only guy that you could project. And I know they're talking about. I know you made a point about saying Jeremy Chin might slide in and certain. But then, like, do you really want to rely on that for the entire season? Like, to do, no. That's something that you do, like, when you call a really good play, but you have a guy that you can slide in there and make a cover. But if you're consistently having Jeremy Chin at slot corner, I don't know if that's going to be a good thing.
Yeah, that's a nasty look. Like as you said though, just in certain packages, you want to have them out there, or if you're caught in like a kind of like a hurry up situation with Jeremy Chin being on the field, obviously he would be the guy that slides to the nickel. So interested in any signings like JT Wood. I want to say he's almost like a Lonnie Johnson, where he's a corner and a safety type of role. So that could just be depth. That also could be special teams. So we'll kind of see what's going on there. So. Yeah, the Raiders are filling out the roster. 5 moves. I think we made 4 cuts. All of them are UDFAs. So I don't know if this is to add competition or to add depth or to kind of light a fire under some of the younger kids. Maybe seeing 4 guys that they were in camp with and these OTA workouts with, seeing those guys get cut, that has some kind of positive effect on them, and they're like, okay, wow, I need to take this a little bit more seriously than I have, because it is a business, so it's here today, going tomorrow, and it's completely at the behest of ownership or management. So you got to control what you can control, and one thing they can't control is making sure they come to this camp locked and loaded.
Oh damn! I just seen Tyrann Mathieu retired.
Yep. So did Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham, I thought he retired.
He's like, what? Jimmy Graham he was still playing?
He's had like a weird career too. Like he had like it seemed like he was gonna be like a future Hall of Famer when he was with the Saints, but after that, like,
never.
Yeah, he got traded to Seattle, and it was just like, he kind of didn't have the same impact that he had when he was with the Saints. For at least like a few seasons where he was like one of the best tight ends in the NFL.
Monster. Yeah,
he was a monster. But but now that you're looking back, you can't compare him to none of their tight ends, great tight ends.
No, because he was so unique though. Because he was a former basketball player, but he wasn't like in the same vein as Antonio Gates. Because he was way more like athletic and kind of versatile. So. But he put up numbers though. He didn't put up the same amount of numbers as Antonio Gates, but he had some gaudy seasons.
Yeah, he did, but it was like really short. It felt like. it felt like he had those gaudy seasons, and after that, he just became like he's like a weapon, maybe a red zone weapon at best. Because I know he went to Seattle and then he bounced around. I know he played with Packers a little bit, and it was like, it is what it is. But Tyrann Mathieu, okay. Man, this is Tyrann. I thought Mathieu was going to be the guy that the Raiders were going to sign. Remember way back when Rajan was doing his thing, trying to break down. You already know what I'm talking about. Rajan is a maniac, bro.
I remember it was breadcrumbs being laid out there to who this player was, and we were promised so much, and it just it was all the Raider Nation was excited, speculating who it was. I think it was either him. I think there was a corner. Was it Lattimore at that time? Was Lattimore free? But I think it was him. It was a few people that were free. That's why people really didn't know who it was.
It was Tyrann Mathieu and the corner that played with the Patriots and won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, Lattimore, right? Not Lattimore, Stephon Gilmore.
Stephon Gilmore. I ain't gonna lie, he don't like the Raiders. Because there was a few times where like the Raiders was trying to bring him in, and he did not come. He's not willing to come out here. I mean, he's still playing, I think, or is he a free agent?
He's still playing. Dang, who was he with last year? He was somebody you wouldn't expect. Damn, I can't remember. I can't think.
They did bring in like a guard as well. They brought in a guard. So
Tony Mafia.
They're adding some depth, some competition, but we won't really know what their status on the team is until like they go through training camp, and most likely some of these guys they're not gonna make it out. They're just gonna. I'll be honest with you. Like if you're let's keep it real. Like the entire offseason, they've had all these players, guys that they've had made all these investments, whether it's contractually, they've given them all this money. Fill in the blank of what player that is, and then obviously they signed them, right? Come on, man. I mean, not signed them, but like they drafted them. They drafted players in the first, second, third round, and you're telling me like they're gonna sign players right before free agency? Like, oh, these are guys that they're gonna come in and take someone's spot. Like even with Jamal Adams, his projection is basically competing with the third safety spot, not starter, not the second safety spot, like a third, like coming in, maybe possibly, and I think he's competing with like Lonnie Johnson and a few other guys.
Trey Taylor. Thomas Harper probably.
Trey Taylor's out here sitting down with the media too, local media. I'm like,
bro,
God damn, like the confidence for you to do something like that, and you're not even like starting.
No comment on that one, man. No comment on that one. But
is that a potential flag? Is that like flag worthy?
It's definitely. Look, bro. I don't know what you're sitting down talking to the media for, but you need to be sitting down there.
Bro, when I seen that, I was like, damn, like, is this something that am I missing something? Like, is he about to take someone's spot? Like, this is extreme confidence.
He's not even guaranteed a roster spot. So it's like, bro, you pretty bold right there, man. Pretty bold.
Bro, that is potential flag on the play right there.
Yeah.
But we got some other flags on play. You know what? Let's just get into it, man. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into the, you already know what time it is, man. It's flag on the play.
Zerd.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
Mm-hmm.
So Severe, man, start off, man. What's the first flag on the play today, man?
Yeah, man. If our guy is still in here, it's perfect for them. We all know that there has been some issues around the league with teams getting their second round pick signed. Well, this team is having an issue getting a first round pick signed, or former first round pick, that is. The Cowboys are basically at a contract impasse with Micah Parsons and their owner, Jerry Jones, who's looking Al Davis-ish, as we talked about earlier. He made some very interesting comments about why he's not willing to sign Micah Parsons.
Oh, did you send a clip?
Yeah. I thought I sent it.
Oh, let me pull it up. My bad. Yeah, man, that is wild, man. He's pretty bold for saying that out loud too.
Yeah.
Because what it's gonna come off as is that, like, why are you assuming that this player is gonna get arrested, and like, is there something why did you draft him if you feel that way?
Yes.
But let me go ahead and play this clip. Yeah, let me see here. Here we go.
Did I send it?
I seen it, but I don't know if you sent it.
Okay, I thought I sent it. Let me see.
Oh yeah, there's a few flag on worthy plays.
Man. Yeah, there's the other one too. That's the other one too. Yeah, we gotta touch on that one too. I got it. Okay, bet. Okay. Yeah, we gotta touch on the other one too, though.
Oh yeah, I sent this to you. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
No, does this one feel unique? This one is surprising. I hesitate to get into the detail, but basically it turns on whether out years are guaranteed if he gets involved in conduct detrimental to football. Well, what does that mean? Detrimental to football in recent years has been violence to women. That's about the one that comes to mind. There are others probably, but that's the one that I think of. Well, if we get a player who gets involved in something like that or does something that is just unacceptable, guess what? I don't want to pay him. I really don't. If he's sitting in jail, I don't think I ought to be paying him. And so we say that if he got involved in conduct detrimental, we'd have the right to terminate the guaranteed part for the back years. He says, or his agent says, oh no, you can terminate the guaranteed part only for the remaining part of the year in which the event occurs. Oddly, something like this has never occurred in my memory with us. I don't think it's going to occur. So we're sitting here arguing over something that I think is pretty remote, and I ask myself sometimes why the hell we're doing it, but we are, and he's doing it too, and at some point we got to put this stuff behind and just get him signed and get him up here and get him so he can be a contributor. He needs to get underway soon. It doesn't help him or us to have this strung out.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that was flag on play on the owner, Mike Brown.
Mike Brown. Yes, that was Mike Brown, the Bengals owner. That was talking about Shamar Stewart. Who is potentially considering holding out for the entire year and re-entering the draft next year. So he's thinking about, and part of the reason why he's doing it, as they talked about, was the guaranteed money. But one of the things he mentioned early on was their treatment of Trey Hendrickson, who was their franchise pass rusher who led the league in sacks last year, who's looking for money. And I think the Bengals are starting camp today, and he had a message either on his Instagram or one of his social medias where he's not even in the state. He's like in Florida or something like that. So he's clearly not going to be attending camp. I heard the situation could potentially get really ugly. So not only do they not have the guy that was their best pass rusher last year, but they also don't have their pick, who was a pass rusher who could potentially replace some of that guy's production. So on a defense that was already extremely bad, they're losing a guy who was their best player and a young prospect who could potentially blossom into a very effective player in the NFL. So they're in a very tough spot, man. And I think they're just mishandling this entire situation, especially when these guys are seeing T. Higgins get super paid and Jamar Chase get super paid, and they're the ones left holding the bag. It's not a great look. Not a great look.
It is kind of interesting because he did say that this never happened before. But
yes.
What's happening is that like you got a guy that's old school who's dealing with a new athlete, everything is new. As time goes on, if you're not adjusting, then everything is going to get old, like for you. So what I'm thinking is that they could easily, like for example, the second rounders didn't get signed until like late last week. The entire second round.
Yes.
Right.
I think it's still two guys that aren't signed.
Who didn't sign in the second round?
Quinshon Judkins, and for obvious reasons, and is it Shamar? Now Shamar Stewart was in.
Yeah, Quinshon Judkins they signed, bro. He needed to sign immediately. Like, but I guess what his legal troubles.
They're taking a wait-and-see approach. It was Quinshon Judkins, and is it? Now Shamar Stewart was in the second round pick. It's Quinshon Judkins and somebody else, but I think Quinshon Judkins and somebody else. I forgot who the other person was, but 2 second round picks aren't signed. So everybody else signed. Basically, it was once that first person, because a lot of these people were holding out for guaranteed money, and they saw Schlesinger get guaranteed money. They saw Jaden Higgins get guaranteed money. So they were going to hold that line, and nobody wants to be the first person to crack. It's almost like if you're part of a union and you guys go on strike, and nobody wants to be that first person to cross those picket lines. But once that first person does it, it's a lot easier for the subsequent people to do it because they aren't going to be considered the person that broke the strike or broke the whatever hold they were doing. So and then we saw after that first person signed, I forgot who it was, the signings start flying, and a lot of these people weren't getting fully guaranteed contracts. So we'll see if this.
I think the audio went out. Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can't hear you. Yeah, let us know in the chat, man, if you can hear Severe. I can't hear Severe at all. It just went out. That's crazy. I think something just did happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you good now.
Cool.
I don't know. For a second.
I don't know what the hell happened. Yeah, they couldn't hear me either. Yeah. But yeah, I sent you the Jerry Jones too.
Oh yeah, that's another flag on the play too. Man, owners coming out, and this is just getting flags on the play left and right. Are we adding that to the?
Yeah, we can throw it in there because it's kind of along the same lines.
Okay. Ownership. Okay. Let's take a look here.
Just because we sign him doesn't mean we're going to have him. He was hurt 6 games last year. Seriously. We've signed, I remember signing a player for the highest paid at the position in the league, and he got knocked out 2/3 of the year, Dak Prescott. So there's a lot of things you can think about when you, just as the player does, when you're thinking about committing and guaranteeing money.
You know what it is? It's like one of those things. It might be true. I kind of understand what Mike Brown is trying to say. I can understand what, but it's like, so why are you? It's almost like they're trying to negotiate through the media, and it's like, damn, bro, like it's just coming off like,
yeah.
You know, like you're just trying to throw fuel into a fire, like you're trying to cause drama. And Jerry Jones is kind of known for this, talking through the
Jerry
media.
Jones loves it. He loves it. Dramas. Yeah.
That's his specialty, right? You know, drama means more money, more attention, more eyes, more. The media talks about you. The team gets talked about, but it's like, how about just win?
Yeah.
Maybe win on a football field. I mean, that's going to bring a lot of more money. But I he has a different approach. But I just think that attacking basically two cornerstones in the franchises, like Micah Parsons, obviously he's going to be a guy that teams would line up to pay.
Yes.
If not the Cowboys. And then you got Dak Prescott, who currently is their franchise QB.
Yeah.
He's kind of throwing him under the bus.
Yes.
You know, by using him as an example. He's currently your franchise QB. You kind of use him as an example. Like usually when people use examples, they use examples that's not connected to the team, or it's years ago where it's just like, oh, okay, you know, it's not gonna affect the locker room, the player, or whatnot.
Exactly.
But with Dak Prescott, he's currently the quarterback of the team, and you're like talking about him like he's like, yeah, man, we gave him all the money. He barely played, you know. Micah Parsons, and Micah Parsons missed 4 games last year, not 6.
Yeah.
But you know, that's Jerry Jones kind of putting his 2 cents on it,
putting his twist on it. Yeah,
exactly.
It's crazy. And like you said, I'm not mad. I'm not 100% mad at what Mike Brown was saying, but like you said, just the fact that he's doing this, he's litigating this out in the media. It's just it's not a good look, especially for somebody that's already kind of dug in their position. Like that's not going to endear you to that particular person or win them over to your side. Like that's not how you do it. So it's just this ownership right now, man. They are mishandling these contracts.
Yeah. Man, we appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. People said Gilmore play for the Colts. He picked the Panthers over the Raiders. He picked.
He's picked like a few teams over us.
Man, he picked the Colts. Yeah, he said the Colts, the Panthers, and I think he played Houston last year.
Cornerback.
Yeah, man. Oh, I mean, I thought Sue was coming to the Raiders, but we all know that he basically used the Raiders. He basically used the Raiders.
Gilmore is the quarterback.
But players do that though. I've noticed that players will use the Raiders. Guess who used the Raiders this year? It's like always a different player every year. This year was Matt Stafford.
Yeah, Matt Stafford. Yeah,
he used the Raiders to get a contract that he was comfortable signing with the Rams. You know, he tested the waters. Was like, should I do it? Nah. I'm gonna stay here with the Rams and have the coach cook up plays. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, it's just
exactly. Hey, that's what I'm thankful for. Geno forced his way here.
Yeah. Hey, and you know what? I like that, some of the players on the team actually wanted to come play, including DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just Geno. DK Metcalf, remember when Michael Robinson, former NFL player on the podcast, Marshawn, he was like, wow, Pete Carroll was like literally on the podcast interview. He was like, oh yeah, man, DK wanted to force his way to the Raiders too. And, all you can see Pete Carroll just smiling like, she keep that on the low, man. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Lose a draft pick here,
Look, that would have been a smooth player out on the opposite side of Geno. That would have been smooth. He'd have been too expensive though. The opposite of Jacoby, I mean. But that would have been too much money, I think, in a wide receiver position. But that would have been smooth. Yeah, that would have been real smooth.
Daniel Kim says, Jerry Jones can't get out of his own way. Parsons even gave love to the Raiders for signing Max and taking care of our own. Yeah, I seen his response. And the response was very, hey man, like he took the high road. He said, and he was like, I'm playing for my teammates. I'm playing for my teammates. I'm playing for my coaches. Bro, I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get it. I guess it don't matter when you get your money. That's Michael part. Like, as long as I'm getting my money, getting paid. But when you're Micah Parsons, you have options. So when you have options, you're going to want the money plus a great situation, great working environment. Because that, hey, look, they're clocking in, so to speak, when they're playing for a team where they're, playing for a franchise.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
And the thing is that, like with any asset, unfortunately, these players are assets on NFL teams. You can insure them. So Jerry Jones can insure that contract against injury and be recouped. And it's still going to hit the salary cap. So it'll still be salary cap ramifications, but it won't hit his pockets. So if he's worried about, so it depends on what he's worried about. If he's worried about his own personal finances, he can get that thing insured and be fine. If he's worried about the Cowboys salary cap, then that's a different story. But as I always say, that the salary cap in NFL is a figment of our imaginations. It is not real. People do all kind of crazy stuff. The Saints were just like $85 million over the cap a few months ago, and now they're cool. So you can make stuff happen. If with creative accounting and creative structuring of contracts. So it's not real. So if you have somebody, that's why they say it's dangerous to play in free agency, because usually players that teams want to keep don't leave.
Yeah, you know what? I'm looking at this comment right here. I want to talk about this real quick. Mike Brown is going to lose Hendrickson. I would try to get him. What would it take to get him? And does it make sense to sign him to a big time contract when you sign Max? You already have Christian Wilkins under contract, and now you're going to basically give Henderson at least upwards of 25 to 30 mil a year.
Yeah.
On the other side, which would be crazy, having Henderson and Max on each. Man, whew. Instantly, arguably the best D-line in football. But he's also like, what, 30 years old? 30? Yep. You're going to give him that much money? I don't know. It's this tough situation. I don't. And then what's the draft pick looking like? You're going to give up a first round, second rounder?
No. At this point, it might, just because the way the stuff is, you might be able to get it down for a third. Especially considering his age, his status with the team at this point, and that you're going to have to pay him. You might be able to get it down for a third. A second would be safe, but you maybe a third.
All right, man. Hey, man, we appreciate everybody pulling up. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Let's move on to the next flag on the play. Move on to the next flag on the play.
So the next flag on the play is we're going to keep it with, quote unquote, America's team. And anybody that watches ESPN, they know about they know about the morning shows, and they know how they do their reporting and they cover these stories. Well, they've been had. They were duped. They were fooled. They talked about a pass that went from Dak Prescott to George Pickens, but alas, Cowboys camp hasn't started yet. So we'll go ahead and roll the footage. They'll explain it a little bit better.
So this is all right. Let me go ahead and put this up here real quick. And let me know when you can see it, Severe.
Yeah, we see it.
Right, cool. Let's move this out the way.
So we got they're talking about Cowboys camp, and they're talking about this impressive throw and grab. That was between Dak and between George Pickens. That's what they're reporting it as. But Cowboys camp starts the same day as us, so they haven't been out there yet. So this play actually was 2 years ago, and it was between Dak Prescott and I forgot who the receiver was. But it was definitely not George Pickens. So the fact that they didn't vet this story, like, for me to look into when Cowboys camp started, all it took was a quick Google search of Cowboys training camp. And it shows you that they report it like us, and it starts the same day like us, 23rd.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And this is what makes the media kind of dangerous too. like if someone were just walking by and they heard this, they'll just like run with it. You know, people just run with it and be like, oh man, this actually happened. But this is why you gotta you gotta do your own research too. You can't just, look at like especially ESPN they have a whole segment and they're all sitting down there like, yep, this is what happened. I wonder if they actually went ahead and talked about this.
They probably did, knowing them. I'm pretty sure they did. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I'm pretty sure they did, which is wild because, like I said, you have producers and stuff whose sole responsibility is to like vet this kind of stuff. But as you kind of said, it speaks to media literacy. People will not like go that extra step to like look into a claim. They just take everything at face value. Right. And that's why you have like so much misinformation and disinformation out there. Some people do it on purpose to sway you to a certain opinion, or they want you to buy a certain product, or behave in a certain way. All they have to do is say it, and people won't look into it. So it's crazy. But like when you're the biggest sports media company in North America, but quite possibly in the world, and you making mistakes like this, like guaranteed somebody got fired. Guaranteed.
Yeah. And that's unfortunate, but hey, still flag on the play, man. And we had some honorable mentions too. We had a lot of flags on the play this week. To be honest with you.
Lot.
We had a lot. And we got a lot to choose on. We just kept it football related. We kept it G-rated. But let's start with some of the honorable mentions. We had Travis Hunter's wife.
My dog.
Right
his wife now. He can't even say girlfriend no more. He can't say wife now.
He just married her, so he went ahead and married her. But she's on social media like crying her eyes out, saying like this is the worst time of her life, and like it's Travis Hunter's first training camp right before it starts.
Yes.
It's like, damn, why are you on social media? Like, first of all, like, it's like, oh man, I know like social media is how people way of like kind of making money and networking and all this type of stuff, but just keep the drama house. I don't know.
Yeah,
just away, but it is what it is. That was a flag on the play. We can get into that. That's the whole conversation. We've talked about it before about like how Travis needs to walk away, but he didn't. So
it's too late now.
It's too late. He signed up. He signed up for the long haul, and much. Hopefully everything works out for them. But the other flag on the play, man, Dante Jones, man, on social media. Doing some wild stuff, man. Like, man, like we said, we're just gonna keep it G-rated, but it was disgusting. I'm just gonna keep it at that. Like, former NBA player Dante Jones. If you remember, he was like a defender that guarded Kobe. I know Kobe with him had like their battles. Like, man, whoever recorded him first of all and put it out on social media,
he cold for that.
Hates him. Like, he hates this dude. He for sure hates this dude. But yeah, he just got caught doing something crazy and just, man, I'm just gonna keep it as that, man. We gonna keep it G-rated
like that. Didn't Dante Jones just play for the Warriors?
I know he played for the Hawks. He played for the Nuggets. He played for the Clippers. He played for the Clippers.
I think he did play for the Clippers for a little while.
I think he played for the Grizzlies too. He played for the Grizzlies.
That I don't remember.
Dante Jones. If you just look up his name, you'll see what it is, man. Because it's disgusting.
It's wild. It's wild.
Let's see. Let me see.
Did he play for the Mavericks?
Yep, he did.
Mavericks.
I remember he played for the Grizzlies because he had hops. I remember he had like a crazy dunk back in he played for the Grizzlies. But yeah, he played for the Grizzlies, played for the Kings, played for the Bulls. So he's been a journeyman player. Mavericks, Pacers, Nuggets, Bulls, Clippers, Utah, Hawks, Cavs.
Okay.
Cavs was the last team that he played for back in 2016. We're not going to get into specifics of what was on, but he was just doing something foul on camera and just
wild.
Oh
yeah,
then,
man, but
yeah. The next honorable mention for flag on the play, real quick, because we're gonna run down this real quick and we'll move on. Was a guy who had a shark that was bigger than him. I think it was like like it was
big enough.
Yeah, it was big enough where he's literally carrying the shark while he's like in the water. So he's standing right in the water and he's trying to put it back into the water and have it go back to its natural wildlife. But this is why you don't mess with wild animals. And
yes,
this is a G-rated, PG-13, whatever. But we just didn't want to show it because it's kind of graphic, or just the it's YouTube.
Yeah, just seeing
just look it up. Just look it up.
The last moments of his life. But yeah, it's crazy.
He takes the shark and he puts it into the water. As soon as they get into deeper parts of the water, the shark is obviously underwater. You don't see it anymore, and he just gets pulled down, and the rest is history, man. He ends up getting killed by the shark. I'm like, God, that's how you go. Yeah. Oh, and it was on camera and everything. It's like, what?
Yeah, man. That's what they say. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Coach
seen that.
Oh, talking about Dante.
Yeah, he wild, bro. He wild. He's disgusting.
Yeah, man.
He wild. He's exactly, when I say disgusting, he's exactly disgusting. He's disgusting.
Yeah, because you gotta think that this shark has been stuck. You don't know how long he's been stuck there. He's hurt. He's malnourished at this point. He's looking for an easy meal, and your dumbass gave it to him. Yo dumbass, he turned right around thank you. Appreciate you, dog.
Just why do people have fascinations with wild animals? It's crazy. They want to touch them and hug them. Just leave them alone.
Yeah, man.
What is I don't get it. I don't know.
Cloud chasing.
That was one of those situations where you gotta leave that shark where it's at. If it survived, it survived. If it lived, it lived, man.
They have professionals for that.
Professionals, and plus, also, wild animals are living. They're living by the rules of Mother Nature. Once you get in between that, then that's where you kind of become one of the you become food.
Exactly.
You basically become one of the consequences of Mother Nature.
And this dude being on a safari and he sees a cheetah chasing a gazelle. He tackles the cheetah, get off of that. Leave her alone. Nah, bro, you just gotta let this play out, man. You don't get involved.
So if y'all want to see the video, it's not really graphic, but it's just what happens. You just see a big shark, literally in his arms, and he's going deeper into the water, and he's trying to put it he's I don't know what he was thinking.
I'm sure he feels good.
The shark was gonna give him
turn around and dap him up,
just dab him up or something. Because I seen that video where a dude was messing with a cage lion and got his hand, and dude probably became Captain Hook. I couldn't watch the video. Oh damn, that's wild.
One of what's crazy is that I was watching a video the other day, and this person who was recording this video was smart, because it was a polar bear, and the polar bear was it was in an enclosure, but there's obviously there's a little gap where they fed it, where would feed it to or whatever, right? It's a gap. It was big enough to fit the polar bear's paw through. And the polar bear is he's acting cool, and he sticks his paw through the thing, almost he's trying to dap old boy up.
Yeah.
And dude was hell nah. But the polar bear gave him a look Yeah, nigga, I would have your ass. Like, it look like you smart. Like, you didn't go for it. Because he straight up, you could tell the dude would have went for it. And, like, oh, boy, with the shark hit him. Oh, look at him. He's trying to give me a 5. Man. Like, to snatch your arm off, bro. So, whoever's seen that video did not do it.
Sharks have basically knives for teeth.
Yeah.
Bears have literally paws with knives. Like their claws are like, will slice you up like easy.
Polar bears are the most dangerous.
They're the biggest. Like they're the biggest. But I ain't gonna lie, grizzly bears are bad. Oh my God, like they're intimidating. Like you've seen them, like their heads are like basically your whole.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Try to cause some issue.
Oh man, my bad. But yeah, man, let's move it along, man. Let's get to notable quotables. This is where we play quotes that we find interesting. We talk about them. Let me go ahead and play the first notable quotable. Actually, you know what? Did we?
Yeah, we got the first notable quotable. We got Nate Tice and Bill Simmons. They kind of gave what you call a backhanded compliment in regard to the Raiders. Like they gave us some props, but at the same time they like threw some shade our way. But they had some interesting things to say, and these are guys that aren't people that really cover the Raiders specifically, so they aren't all in the weeds. So their opinions are coming from the outside in, and sometimes those opinions aren't always the most accurate. But it's valuable to kind of see how the rest of the league or how the rest of the, NFL media, what they think of your team.
It's going to be a bitch, though. Like Vegas was a walkover last year, and Vegas is not going to be a walkover. No. They're going to actually be hard to play.
Yeah, Vegas is going to be so funky. They're the ultimate knuckleball team. Like, it just, Geno Smith is a legit quarterback, and then they have Chip Kelly, who's going to just, I'm very excited for Chip Kelly back in the NFL and as an OC, not as an NFL. So he can just sit in his lab and do what he wants to do. I think it's going to be one of those. And their defense is interesting too. It's not, they lack a little bit of firepower along their lines, but they still have dudes. Max Crosby's a dude. Christian Wilkins, if he's healthy, is a dude. And of course they got Genty, the running back. So, and Brock Bowers on offense. So I look at them as like a 7-win team that's going to just be really annoying because of what they do on offense and defense. Definitely like a what do you call it, a league pass team. That's what the Raiders are kind of for me.
They're a league pass team, and they're also a do not throw them the team they're playing in a 3-team tease or some sort of big parlay because the Raiders are plus 9.5 and somehow just beating somebody outright. They're a stay away from me.
That's all funny. He was giving him confidence, like, man, this is gonna be one of them annoying teams. And he's like, 7-10 though. See, this is what I was saying though. This is what I'm saying. This is what I was saying the whole time, man. The whole offseason, I was like, you know what? Like I was saying, 8 and 9 at best. 8 and 9 at best. Just because looking at it on our division, I feel like everybody in the division got better. Yeah. And I just feel like they're just better this year. They have more depth than us. I feel like, you look at Denver, their defense is legit. Like their defense is better than the Raiders defense or the Raiders offense. Like that's Raider. I think the Denver's defense is probably going to be like top 10 at least. Top 10 at least.
Top 10 at least. Because you think about I think they led the league in sack last year. They got Patrick Surtain, who is he the reigning defensive player of the year? Did he win defensive player of the year last year or the year before?
I don't know if he won defensive player of the year.
Oh, he won it. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but he's won defensive player of the year. So Patrick Surtain, he's the former defensive player of the year. Then they picked up, who in some people's estimation was the number 1 corner back in this past draft, depending on who you ask, Jahdae Brown. So you got that guy across from the reigning, the former defensive player of the year, Pat Surtain. You got Jahdae Brown, who's a top corner, and you got these young pass rushers along the front of your defense. Like
he did. You're right.
Was it last year? It was last year?
Yes, it was last year.
Or the year before?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 2024, Associated Press NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, so they got a really good defense, man. They got
the guy
really
said,
good
"Dude." Pat Surtain is a dude, yeah. So he's that guy.
Sure. Yeah. He's a guy. He's a guy.
Yeah, for sure. And then you got the Chiefs, good defense, and you got the Chargers, also good defense. It's like, man, like so that's 6 games out on the schedule. Like it's gonna be tough. And then you got obviously, Raiders are gonna have to do the thing outside of the division, but we'll see. It's a lot of it is kind of like wait and see. You never know, but like going into it, it's like, are they really gonna win more than like 8 games? Like, and he said he came out and just said 7-10. But and you know what? Hey, if you be honest, it might work out in the Raiders' favor. Like if they end up getting a high draft pick, they can build off like some of the players they got this offseason, and then you give them another draft pick in the first. I don't know, it's crazy to say. I hope the Raiders win, but if you give them a situation where they can get a franchise QB or fill in the blank, I know Severe, you're looking for a number 1 outside receiver. You know what I mean? Or fill in the blank. The way the Colton Miller contract negotiations are going, might be the Raiders starting left tackle. Might be in the first round next year. Just saying, he hasn't been signed to a contract, and I think a left tackle was signed recently. So
yes,
to an extension.
I want to say for Green Bay. So
right. So then that could factor into negotiation with Colton Miller. Do the Raiders want to give him that type of money? It could be. It's an interesting situation to follow right now. Right now, Colton Miller, he's showing up to training camp. There hasn't been any talks of him holding out. At first it was, but not anymore. So we'll see how that goes. But we got another notable quotable.
Yes.
One more.
Yes. So today Pete Carroll was his first presser, the pre-training camp presser. He said a lot of very interesting things. He was asked one particular question though. He was asked about what was his favorite position group, or what position group did he think would be the best. And he didn't single one out specifically. He did name a few different position groups, but he said a certain something about a certain player that it kind of struck a chord with me. And I want to know if you guys hear the same thing as well.
Did you send it?
Yeah. It should be I sent the link. Should be on X. On X. I'm gonna roll. Snaps. I'm gonna retry. Should be the snaps. Okay. Oh, they didn't go through. I'm tripping. I'm gonna send it again. I said notable quotes. Let's see.
Oh, what did you think of? What did you think of Jameson Williams' kid celebration?
That was wild. I'm resending. Oh yeah, see, it keeps saying not. See, I'm gonna try again. Yeah, there you go. It went through this time. First time it said not sent.
Okay.
It went through this time.
On X.
Yep.
Yeah, I seen that. I was like, damn, like he's let his kid do that. That's far, man. Let's see. It says sent.
Yeah.
Let's see here, bro. Let's see this. I don't see it.
You don't see it?
Nope.
What the heck? Let me see. You refreshed? It said send it 12:15. I'll try to send it again.
Oh, I got it. All right, here we go.
Good enough? Okay, cool.
Here we go.
I have like more excitement for one than the other. I mean, I'm jacked about the whole thing, to tell you the truth. But we have to gain a lot of information about our guys up front on defense, for sure. We got to make sure that the offense comes together with what Gino's really equipped to do. We got to find out about Ashton, see where he fits in, find out about D. Thornton and Jack, and see where those guys can contribute. And on the defensive side, there's a lot of new guys, and I'm really impressed with what Landon Roberts has.
Oh damn!
I cut off.
Has brought us in terms of leadership and kind of guidance and mentality and all of that, and so we're kind of feeding off of him a little bit. I'm anxious to see how that spreads. Devin White and with Jermaine coming in, those guys at the linebacker spot, it's a pretty exciting group. There's a bunch of hard-nosed, tough guys, and I want to see how they affect the rest of us. I don't have like more excitement for one than the other.
So what are your thoughts, man, of him hyping up the linebacker group?
Yeah, I mean, he's hyping the linebacker group, but there was something else he said in there. I don't know if people caught, but he was talking about. He said something about Gino. Then I think the very next thing he says after that is he says, "We have to see where Genty fits in." And I was like,
"Yeah, that was kind of interesting too."
Like, see where Genty fits in, as in like you need the size of his pads. You need to know his helmet size. You trying to get him some new cleats, like fit in, that type of deal. Want to see how he gets along with his teammates. Are they going to be playing poker after? Like, is that what you mean fit in? Because I know you're not telling me that you drafted this man 6th overall and you're trying to figure out his role or how he's going to fit in on his offense. Because you draft a running back that high, you damn well be better ready to feed this dude the ball 18 to 22 times a game between rushing and receiving, at least.
I see what you're saying. I didn't take it that way, though. I think that's just Pete Carroll being a coach and coaching up a young player that he just drafted high at a position where, like, there's really no competition. But what does Pete Carroll, like, preach all the time? Competition. So he's trying to kind of play that game where he's like, yeah, we got to find a role. Like, basically trying to keep him kind of like a carrot in front of a horse kind of situation. Like, trying to keep him motivated and basically ready to compete. Even though we all know that Genty's going to be the starter at running back. Like, he's going to be the starter. I'm sure they're going to find a lot of ways to give him the football outside of just handing the ball off. They're going to get him involved. I see what you're saying, Severe. I didn't take it that way though. I just thought I think that was Pete Carroll kind of like creatively trying to be like, yeah, but we all know Genty is going to be the guy that they're going to hand the ball off at running back game one. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. But I just think it's his way of trying to like, hey, we're not going to just name you the starter. Like, you're going to have to, but even though it's just a way for him to keep Genty motivated.
I thought that too, because like right after he says Dante Thornton and Jack Bech, it's like, okay, he's doing that with all these guys. But then you hear him talk later on about Darian Porter. And it's not it's like he's exceeding all of our expectations. He's meeting all of our expectations. And I think the praise was more effusive than it was right there. So it kind of just made me think what are you saying here? Like, are you saying that you're not about to like make this dude a bell cow? You about to go full on committee? And it's like, if that's the case, like what are we doing here? Like if that's the case, what are we really doing here? Because hey, 6th overall, a committee is cool. Like, I like committee. But if you think about like splitting up the targets or the touches damn near evenly, Like, that's not what I want to see. Like, it shouldn't be it should be, hey, you know what? We're trying to figure out the rotation behind Genty. Like, I said, okay, I understand that. I get that, but it shouldn't be, we trying to figure out where Genty fits in. Like, everything else, he should be his rock. He's a rock. Everything else should fit around him.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I still don't feel that way, but I see what you're saying. But I had a thought based off what you just said. Because I don't think coaches coach every player the same way. Like, I don't think they coach every player the same way. They're not going to, certain guys, they're going to hype up. Certain guys, they're going to try to be, critical of, because they know that they can take the criticism. You know what I mean? I think it's just, the concerning part is that why is Pete Carroll wording it that way for Genty? Maybe because Genty's kind of like, you can argue that maybe he's been overconfident, been cocky. Maybe not overconfident, but like cocky, arrogant, whatever. Because if you hear him talk like, hey, Genty, what kind of season you have? Well, I'm going to have like, at least like 1,400 yards, 20 touchdowns. This is Genty saying this. And I'm not saying that he shouldn't feel that way, but like he obviously thinks very highly of himself and what he's going to do coming into the NFL. But the NFL is a different game. It's a pro game. People are going to remember those comments that you made when before the start of the season, saying that you're going to do this, but if you don't do it, then it's going to be a lot of pressure on you, whatever. But, at the end of the day, like, if he's that dude, if he's that player, then it doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, maybe Pete Carroll's doing it because he feels like Genty feels like he's that guy already, but like he wants Genty to earn the respect of the team, earn the fact that he's going to be the starting running back for the Raiders. He wants, in some way, like, I just think that for some reason he felt like he had to word that for Genty, but for Darian Porter, he's trying to hype him up, because what are the answers at cornerback outside of Darian Porter?
What are the answers at running back outside of Genty, though?
But like I said, maybe with Darian Porter, he feels like, with especially a cornerback who his confidence is a big part of their game. With all things being equal, meaning that they're going to be athletes, freaks of nature at that corner position. Once you X that out of the equation, which if in the NFL, like, there's a lot of athletes at corner, right? But not all of them are as skilled. Not all of them are as confident. Not all of them have short-term memory. So I'm sure he's probably going to be a lot more, he's probably going to hand out more compliments to a guy like Darian Porter, because, hey, it's a tough job being a corner in the NFL.
Oh yeah, very tough.
But with Genty,
it's a tough position. It's a tough position to play.
Yeah, with Genty, he could be a little bit more like, he's gonna have to earn it. I don't know. That's kind of how I took it, but
I can see what you mean. I can see what you mean. I still don't agree, but I see what you mean.
Hey man, it is what it is. We appreciate when they come through. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Hey man, I like the confidence. This is the type of confidence that Genty might be coming into the NFL season. Chiefs going to get swept by the Raiders. We got to get that. I got to get that soundbite, bro.
No, for sure. Yeah.
You think it should be Chris Berman? I thought I had a Chris Berman.
That's the cleanest one. Chris Berman is the cleanest one.
The Raiders. The way he does it.
Yeah, this is so perfect, man. It's so perfect. So perfect. Yeah, man. I'm sorry. I'm excited for the season, though, man. Like I said, I wasn't excited about the Pete Carroll hire long term, but I think a short term hire, I think we'll do some winning. I don't know if it'll be this year, but I think we'll do some winning, and we'll kind of see where the ball rolls after that. I'm super excited to see Chip Kelly. That's what I'm most excited to see. I'm most excited to see Geno Smith and what Chip Kelly does.
Yeah. AJ says, I see what you're saying, Severe, but to Pharaoh's point, I think that's Pete's way of keeping that player engaged when he has no competition. Yeah. And he plays running back. compared to cornerback, I'm just saying, like, cornerback, I feel like if you don't have confidence at corner,
I feel like this. If your confidence at corner has to come externally, you're already done. You're already done.
But
because Pete Carroll can't hold your hand if you get beat on a 9. Like, you can't be out there like, oh, it's all right, Darian.
I'm gonna
like,
trust
no,
Pete though. I'm gonna trust. Hey, I'm gonna trust Pete. I'm gonna trust Pete on this one, just because history has told us that. Yeah, history has told us that he was able to take a risk on a young player, which he's talked about in the presser, by the way.
Yeah.
He talked about how, like, he has no problem putting young players in big roles. Like, he has no problem. Like, and that's what we're preparing for. And I kind of felt that, and I can see that, and we can look at history and see that he's done that. So I think, hey, if Pete Carroll wants to talk about certain players a certain way, especially young players, he has his reasons for it, and he feels like it's going to work. Yes, he's building them up, and then by the time the season rolls around, like, hey, it's going to be a work in progress. Obviously, there's going to be growing pains, especially with younger players. But I don't know. I took it that way, but but I hope you're wrong, Sabir. I don't want Genty. I don't want Genty to be used like what? What do you think? You think that Genty is going to be used sparingly on offense?
Not sparingly, but like. I don't think we're gonna get proper value out of them, and that's what it sounds like, or it sounds like because we all know Pete Carroll is a uber positive person, and you kind of brought this point up ad nauseum, especially in regards to the Christian Wilkins thing, right? When it was like, oh, he's always all upbeat and oh man, it's always, oh man, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be fine and everything. He's doing great, fantastic, and then Christian Wilkins is like, oh well, you know what, we don't know, and it's and that's if you look at this entire press conference. I know you were listening to it before. Everything, oh man, my God, Michael Mayer, that guy's excellent. Oh my, he's such an excellent. Oh, we all know how what Brock is going to do. He's phenomenal. Ian Thomas, our third tight end. Oh my, that guy's having an exceptional offseason. Darian Porter, that guy's special. This secondary, that's the best, this most gifted secondary I've had, even more than Seattle. Aston Genty, we got to see where he fits in. We got to see where he fits. Like, come on, like, that's something. Look, I don't care what you're doing. I don't play this coy game. Don't. It's fishy. I'm not saying it's something there, but where there's smoke, there's fire. Right. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So all I know is we better be getting the bell cow back this season.
Yeah. Hey man, we'll see. We'll see, man. Hey, look, training camp first practice is tomorrow. We'll be looking forward to it. Obviously, hearing the news and the updates on who's having a good camp to start. Obviously, we like to pay attention. We love to hear the certain one-on-ones, especially between pass rushers and offensive tackles. We hear those, but obviously the 7-on-7s, 11-on-11, the team drills. Those are the best updates that we get from training camp that we enjoy the most.
Look at that face, AJ Simpson. That too. That's even more. He straight up said, like, yeah, I expect to do a whole bunch of winning. I expect to do some winning. I'm winning 10. As he said, 10. He stood on business, 10 toes down on them 10 wins. And we asked about Aston Genty. I don't like. Come on, dog. It's just fishy. It's just fishy to me. Like as somebody, you from the Oakland. Like you recognize when your words ain't matching up with your behavior. You like, all right, bro, there's something going on with you. Like I don't know exactly what it is yet, but I'm watching you, and that's what I'm in. Like I don't know what it is yet, but stuff like that, inconsistencies like that, it stick in your brain.
Yeah, man. I hope that's not the case though. I'm taking it as like, Pete Carroll is just, reaching into his coaching bag, recognizing what he needs to do here for this specific player. That's what I'm hoping for. But if that, I hear what you're saying, and I hope that's not the case, bro. I hope that's not the case.
I hope not too. Like I said, I want a bell cow back. I used to put my what I want out there. I want 1,610. 1,610. That's what I want. So year one, if we could do that, like I said, man, like I think because I know, like I'm at around 6 or 7 wins too. But if Aston Genty is like generational or like, superstar caliber, I think we can legit get to 10 wins. Or if somebody else explodes, like if it's not Ashton Jeanty, if like Dante Thornton goes crazy or Michael Mayer goes crazy, okay, then that's another scenario where we can kind of maybe get to 10 wins. But I don't think that's going to be quite as impactful as having just a dominant run game, right? Mm-hmm. So that's like if we can get a dominant run game out of Ashton Jeanty, that, man, we can really do, because then, especially if we can play ball control, we can get up on teams, kind of force them to pass. You force them to pass, then that puts Max and Kuntz in their best possible position. And then, Christian Wilkins come back, that lets him rush the passer. Like he ain't got to really worry about the run. Hey, like I'm pinning my ears back. I'm going after the quarterback. So you got 3 guys who have the potential to be, elite pass rushers, knowing that the other team has to throw. So like if we can get, so it's like, man, if we can get that out of Jeanty, that changes the trajectory of the team.
Yeah, and then play action. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, yes.
Play action is going to be deadly, especially with some of the weapons that we have that can take advantage of the intermediate parts of the field. Brock Bowers, Kobe Myers, and then like
it seems like the way they got to play Brock already. So you put him on play action, and it's like a sluggo or something like that. That's
even some of the young pieces that we have,
or Trey or Dante. Yeah,
it'll make it easier for them to get open. You know what I mean? While they get acclimated with the offense and the competition, the NFL. I mean, well, Trey Tucker obviously he's going to his 3rd year, but like I'm talking about like Jack Besh and Dante Thornton, like big plays. That's how big plays happens. But yeah, the run game is gonna be huge. For me, I think you're talking about the run game. I'm more like I want to see what this offense looks under Chip Kelly. I want to see. Like, what is he gonna bring to the NFL? You know what I mean? Because his first stint in the NFL was as a head coach. What is it gonna look like as an offensive coordinator? And some people argue, be like, oh, you know what? He's a better offensive coordinator than he is head coach, but he's an offensive coordinator for the Raiders. So I want to see what that looks like. Because if he's lights out at OC, that makes the Raiders that much. It makes everybody interested on offense. Everybody. You could start projecting Brock Bowers. Obviously, we all know Brock Bowers he's legit, but like guys like Michael Mayer, you can project him to be a piece on the offense, a weapon on offense. We know the talent's there, but like we haven't seen it unlocked with previous offensive coordinators. So we'll see what Chip Kelly does with him. Obviously, the run game, that's kind of like been Chip Kelly's MO as an OC, is to run the football in creative ways of doing that. I want to see how he uses, because there's going to be something that we didn't really see or really talk about, because everybody's been hyped about Jeanty. But what about the Zamir Whites? What about the other guys, the Dylan Lobbies, Sincere McCormick? When he was in there, man, he looked pretty solid. I'm not at running back, and that's with us being. When I say us, I mean the Raiders being one of the worst NFL teams at running the football last year. But when he was in there, it actually looked effective. And you can make a point and say, well, the offensive line was finally gelling and this, that, and the third.
Exactly.
But
because Amir Abdullah got in there, I think Amir Abdullah looked better than Sincere. So that's why it's like, I think that was a lot to do with the offensive line.
We'll see. But my point is that like, there are going to be some other guys that we didn't expect that are going to develop a role within this offense. I wonder who it's going to be. We talked about the Michael Mayers. We talked about that. That's kind of an obvious one as the other guy. But like at running back, because you even talked about Chip Kelly and his offense when he run the football. He doesn't just run it with one guy. He runs it with multiple guys. A Mostert is a guy that, like, historically speaking, he hasn't been healthy, or he'll get hurt at some point. Who's the other guy that the Raiders can count on outside of Jeanty? I know you want to give the Raiders. You want Jeanty to get the ball 40 times a game, so that number 6 pick will look
between 18 and 22. Between 18 and 22, they'll put him at, like, I forgot, we did the math last time, but between 18 and 22 in that range. Right. And then the second guy, obviously probably going to be. It depends. I think most likely Mostert, but I think Zamir and Sincere are both in competition. for that last spot. Was Zamir slimming down? We'll kind of see what he does. Like I said, I mean, he's not going to be as good as he was down the stretch of 2023, but I don't think he's going to be as bad as he was in 2024. Then with Sincere, got to see, the little flashes. Like we I don't know why we didn't learn the lessons from Zamir with those flashes in the pan, because Zamir did the same thing. Our running game struggled that whole year, and when Josh was there, and then Josh goes out, and then Zamir leads the league in yards and yards per carry down the stretch. And like, oh man, we got something in Zamir. And then we give him a bigger role and he flops. So now we kind of see our run game struggle with the whole year. And then we get a little sneak peek of Sincere. He looks pretty good. Well, didn't we learn from Zamir that this is not necessarily going to translate to the next year, especially in a new offense? So we kind of got to see what he has. So I think, that competition is going to be between those two guys. I think Dylan Lobby, I think he's probably destined for the practice squad. I don't know if he makes the 53 unless they really need somebody to return kicks, and he's the only one that they have faith in. But that's why I keep talking about Kyle Phillips. I think that's a guy that he's the guy that ended up making a roster, because you're going to want to carry, a certain receiver, like 5 or 6 wide receivers anyway. And he's a guy that has not only does he know Chip Kelly's offense, but he has experience returning punts and kicks. Yeah. Hey, that's a good one. There's that connection to Chip Kelly. That's why I'm sure they picked him up to begin with, because there was that connection with Chip Kelly. And I ain't gonna lie, wide receiver room is kind of like sketchy. Yes, it's sketchy. Like no one's really talking about that. Really, like we kind of talked about it. It's been a topic as far as during the offseason. Like, are they gonna pick up a veteran? They did add a receiver, Philip Dorsett, but that's not gonna move the needle. No one's added two. Yeah, Philip Dorsett and Seth Williams. But Seth Williams, I think he just came up from the UFL. He was with the Cowboys, I think, for like a little while last year. Yeah. So he's not nobody, like you said, he's not moving the needle. Philip Dorsett likely ain't moving the needle either. So yeah. Real quick, man, I just want to address this real quick, man. Hey, man, shout out to Jamari Purcell, man. Yeah, man. Appreciate you coming through. I see that you said you subscribed, man. First time coming through, man. Appreciate you coming through and support the show. We're going live on both our channels. So if you haven't already, for everybody else that's watching, it's your first time watching, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to both channels. Hit that like button, man. As we like to say in this channel, clock in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Man, shout out to Jamari, man. Appreciate you coming through. He says, all good, lifelong Raider fan. Gotta show love, man. Hey, man. All good, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. Same here, both of us, man.
Yes, sir. Play action on Mike. AJ Simpson's talking about when we were talking about what that run game is going to give. Play action on Michael Mayer, Brock Bowers, Dante Thornton. Man, bro, that's going to be clean. Yeah.
Clean. Yeah. But you broke it down too, man. You broke it down perfectly. Yes, that's going to be clean. Exactly. Gino Francis, Gino's perfect for the Raiders. A player who once was a bust, written off, comes back as a Raider. History repeats itself poetically sometimes. Hey, we've seen it before. Yeah, we're hoping.
We've seen it before. We've seen it before, man. My guy Jack, man. Appreciate you, my guy, man. Hey, man, he has a message for all, man. Hit the likes, man, on both channels. And if you're first time watching, obviously hit that sub button too as well. With the pads coming on, I don't think the pads come on tomorrow.
Yeah, but eventually.
Probably, at some point. Maybe by next week at least. I think they'll probably put in the pads, because I know they can. There's only a certain number of days they can do that. So yeah, we'll see, man. Yeah, man, Raider Ray, man, he's doing his thing, bro. He's taking care of his family. He's all good, man. Everything's good with him. Hopefully we get him on the show.
Raider was in my chat earlier, man. Raider Ray was in my chat earlier, so he dropped some cool comment. Yeah, man. So Ray, hopefully we can get him on soon. But yeah, man, he's good, man. I might be free this Saturday. I might be free if Ray wanna hop on, man. If he can set it up.
Ray, by the time we do this show, Ray he's on the East Coast. He's on the Eastern time zone, so he's knocked out. But he watches the replay, so he's gonna let us know. Hopefully, we'll get him on soon. Talk about the Raider season. If Jamie scores on Chick-fil-A, You gonna blame me for real? Look, all I'm gonna say, I didn't doubt him as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I doubt him as a head coach. Obviously, we all know he's not a head coach. He hasn't proven that at any point. And I don't think he's ever going to become a head coach at this point. Like, who's going to give him another head coach? Like, it's been a disaster everywhere he went. So, I think he's done. His time is done. But as an offensive coordinator, I think that's a perfect spot for him. And the Patriots are probably one of those interesting teams this year too, just based off some of the players that they picked up. I know Drake May had a really solid rookie season. And then you add Josh McDaniels, obviously, this year, offensive coordinator. That's going to be interesting. And your running back, man.
Stephon Diggs, if he stays healthy. Kyle Williams, I know we both like what we saw from him, especially as a route runner, as a speed guy in the slot and can play outside.
Yeah.
And Travion Henderson. So him in the tandem with Ramondre Stevenson.
Yep.
Like that's gonna be deadly. I think that's gonna be deadly.
Yeah.
And Josh gonna have some special stuff cooked up for us, bro. He gonna have some Madden 26 stuff cooked up for us.
Shield 16 in building, man. Appreciate you. It's all good, man.
Man, appreciate you coming through, brother.
Jamari says, I might have missed it, but what do y'all think about Jamal? Yeah, earlier we just talked about it. It's not gonna move the needle at all. I mean, he's gonna be here to compete for that third safety spot. You know, Lonnie Johnson Jr. I think he kind of has that role. Trey Taylor, you mentioned Trey Taylor, who Trey Taylor's out here, you know, having one-on-one sit-down interviews, you know, but he's gonna be the starter. But you know, it is what it is, you know. But
Jim Thorpe, that's Ed Reed's cousin. Put some respect on his name, bro.
That is Ed Reed's cousin, man. That's Ed Reed's cousin.
Yeah.
Man. Ed Reed is the greatest. You know, he's the greatest. You know, free safety of all time. But
I think he's top 5 just DB period of all time. I mean, you can make an argument he's the best DB to ever play.
The plays that he would make, and I think he probably had the biggest green light in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Deservingly so, though. Deservingly so.
He was taking it to the house.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, too, was clean. Polamalu was clean too, bro.
Polamalu was clean too.
Polamalu would do some crazy, like he'd
do some crazy.
He'll
stuff.
time a snap and just kind of like what Max was doing. You know what I mean? Once or twice a season.
Or like Landon did something like that too, right? Didn't he like catch somebody diving midair or something like that?
Landon Roberts?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he did that. Oh, that's crazy. Okay.
He caught somebody diving. Yeah, I think Max talked about the play. He caught somebody like diving midair, like they stonewalled him. Polamalu made Polamalu made most of his great plays like around the line of scrimmage. So that's what he was a little bit different.
Oh, but I ain't gonna lie though, he had some crazy interceptions too. I hear what you're saying. I think a lot of what made him elite was inside the box, but he made some plays outside too.
He did, but Ed Reed was on a different level though. Ed Reed.
Oh yeah, Ed Reed was. I think
Polamalu was fun to watch though.
I think Polamalu was better inside the box, but
definitely.
But they played 2 different spots though.
Yeah,
I think Polamalu was a strong safety, and then Ed Reed is the greatest free safety. Brian Dawkins though.
He's a dog too though.
Brian Dawkins, would you put him number 3? Your 2000s.
Oh yeah, 2000.
Modern day safeties.
Yeah.
I know there's gonna be a couple of people like Ronnie Lott. He cut off his finger.
Yeah, because you got to think about it's like the 4 are probably Troy, Ed, Rodney Harrison, and Brian Dawkins, and then you can throw John Lynch in there too. You wouldn't do 5. Those are like the 5, but the 2000-ish.
Name it again. You said you got Ed, Polamalu, Brian Dawkins.
Ed, Polamalu, Dawkins, Rodney Harrison, John Lynch.
Rodney Harrison is low-key underrated too.
He's super underrated.
John Lynch
up there.
John Lynch is like hard for me because it's like, damn, like I guess you could say that about Polamalu too, but Polamalu's instincts was crazy. It's just John Lynch. Would he survive in today's NFL?
Yeah, that's why I said like before 2000, I don't know if you can put him up there. Post like in today's NFL, I don't know if he was good enough. But see, Polamalu wouldn't survive in today's NFL though. That's the thing.
I don't know, man.
Polamalu
I
wouldn't
think
survive in today's
his
NFL.
instincts was, man, like
Polamalu, they because he had good instincts, but he wasn't good. He wasn't good in coverage. He can make plays in coverage, but he wasn't good in coverage. So it's like they'd exploit him. But every so often,
even as strong.
Yeah, but they'd exploit him. But every so often, he'd make plays. So it's like, okay, like, how much do you really want to risk it?
Right.
Like,
right.
Ed Reed is perfect in this system. You play too high or cover 3. Ed Reed picking off everything. He picking off everything.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, we're kind of forgetting it, but they had their prime might have been short, but then we're forgetting, like, you know, the Cam.
I'm talking about like Bob Sanders and Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor. Cam Chancellor is a beast. No, Bob Sanders, damn, he literally, how many years did he, like, what, 2 years?
His prime was super short. He won Defensive Player of the Year though.
But he was clean. He was just
he won Defensive Player of the Year.
He did not care about his body at all.
It showed. That's why he didn't play that long.
he didn't play that much, right? But yeah, man, the safety position, man, it's hard to like talk about players from back in the day. Like, for their era, they were great, but like that's why when you talk about great players and you talk about different eras, it's hard to even, like, you got to make a list. You got to make a top 5, top 10 list based off the era. You can't make it off all time. All time is like, damn, like that's a hard conversation to have, because then you gotta project them. Like, what if they've been great in today's game? And that's like not just football, that's basketball, you know, every other sport too as well, for different reasons. Man, we appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I think that's pretty much it, man. Like, did we? I don't know if we had a what's real, what's not lined up. I guess we can get into some of the like what's the one thing, and we kind of touched on this last week with Ricky's report.
I did have one.
What,
I did have one. What's real, what's not, but I forgot to type it out.
Yeah, just go ahead and.
Okay, what's real, what's not. So right now we're at our max 90 man. I think we brought in Quentin Jefferson for a workout. So let's say that's 91. All right. So of the 91 players that are either already signed or Quentin Jefferson are going to be signed, the 53-man roster on week 1 will be made up of only those players that are currently either on the 90-man roster or Quentin Jefferson. That means we make no other outside acquisitions. That's real or that's not.
So you said the current players that we have on the roster right now.
Yeah, of the 90 we have right now, but 91 if you include.
But remember, it's a statement, not a question. It's a statement, not a question. So you're saying that the Raiders will not make any adjustments or sign. That's kind of they're going to make an adjustment. They're going to cut players.
No, but I'm saying the 53-man roster on week 1 will be made up of only the 91 players that are either already on the roster or that last one, which is Quentin Jefferson. The 53-man roster on week 1 will be made up of only those players.
I'm gonna say not real. It's too much. There's gonna be. I'm looking at linebacker. I'm looking at the corner. Darnell Holmes is starting nickelback corner. They can easily go through training camp and they're going to pick up somebody. They're like, hey, this is not looking too good. We got to find an available veteran free agent that they might pick up right now or pick up at a later date. I'm going to say not real. And I'm looking at the wide receiver. We just got done talking about the wide receiver room. Like, after a couple of players, actually, you know what? Jack Bech is going to make the roster. Dante Thorne is going to make the roster. Trey Tucker is going to make the roster. Kobe Myers, so that's 4. So that's like 2 spots max.
Colin Johnson,
maybe
Kyle
1.
Phillips, Philip Dorsett.
Yeah, fighting for that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it's not real. I think they're gonna pick up somebody. Someone's gonna get cut. They're gonna swap some players. It happens all the time. So I'm gonna say not real. What's your thoughts on it?
I was leaning not real. You know what? For the sake of being different, I'm gonna say real. I'm gonna say real.
Damn.
I'm gonna say real. And this is just the 53. So they can pick up some other guys. So it don't include like the 90 that's in camp. They'll probably cut some guys. I'm sure they'll cut some guys during camp. They'll cut some guys later on. I mean, obviously as they trim the roster down, they're gonna make those adjustments. What I'm saying is the 53 we have on week 1, all of them will consist of players that are already on the roster right now. So that means somebody would have to sign late and make the 53 for it to be not real. I'm going real.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna. I don't think so, bro. Because you gotta look at it like defensive tackle. They're still making adjustments there. We don't know how long Christian Wilkins is gonna be out. He might be ready by week 1. He might not. So it's up in the air. So I'm leaning towards like they might add another D tackle. They're already bringing in Quinn Jefferson. I know you included him into the West Real, but like it could be another guy that could bring in. You never know. And training right now it's hard to say right now too because it's early and you don't know how much you don't know how they feel about the players they have on the roster, but man, like competition and you go through training camp, you go through games, they're gonna make some adjustments. So I think it's definitely not real. Mario, I want to address this real quick. Mario says Ed Reed better than Seawood. I think Seawood goes into a different category. And I heard Jalen Ramsey kind of talk about it too. Yeah. DB. You can argue that Seawood is arguably the best DB of all time.
Okay.
Because he played corner and he played free safety or safety at a high level.
Yeah.
But Ed Reed is a pure oh man, I'm taking Ed, man.
Hey, Ed Reed. I'm taking Ed Reed over every safety in history.
Oh my God,
Sorry.
man. And when the ball's in his hands too, you know what I mean? Pause. But I'm just saying when it's in his hands, sheesh, he's taking it to the house. He's taking it to the house. Like if you've seen some of the highlight plays, run backs, returns after interception and turnover, it's crazy how he makes something out of nothing. He takes it all to the house. But Seawood, I think, does Seawood have like the record? Or he's up there top 3 most defensive touchdowns?
Probably. I think he got it with the Raiders. That last year with the Raiders, I think.
I think he's at least top 3 all time.
Yeah.
And I think it's
I think he probably has the Raiders record. He has for sure. I think he has a Raiders record. Because I want to say he got some record that last year with us.
But all time, I think he's in the top 3. Darren Sharper, I think he leads the list. I forgot who else who was in that top 3, but I think at the very least Seawood was top 3. But for me, I look at Seawood as like a DB, like overall DB. He played both positions, versatile, most versatile DB. You could argue he's on a whole. Seawood is a Hall of Famer, bro. Like, come on, man. I'm not even.
Oh yeah, sure. He gonna be first ballot.
It's not even no diss. It's just I just look at him as a different type of player than Ed Reed, who was a pure free safety. Yeah. Ronnie, you said Ronnie Lott. Ed Reed ain't better than Ronnie Lott.
Yeah, I'm taking Ed Reed, bro.
I feel like with Ronnie Lott, when people talk about Ronnie Lott, they always talk about his toughness.
Yeah.
But I don't know, in today's NFL, like I think Ed Reed translates better to today, like modern day safety. So that's why I put him like. And he was a hitter too. Don't get it twisted. Ed Reed was a hitter too. But Ronnie was a beast too, in his era for sure.
Yeah.
Michael Smith's honorable mention. Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor was nice, bro. out of Miami.
Yeah, he was.
Played for the Redskins back in the day.
People bring up Steve Atwater a lot. Steve Atwater was cold too. That's like old school guy. Another old school guy too.
Compare the stats, bro. I would not put Ed over Ronnie Lott. Same amount of defensive touchdowns, I think. Hey, Mario. Let's look at the numbers. Look, then he is a crazy place. I could easily just put Ronnie Lott versus Ed Reed and see what comes up. All right, Ryan. See, like Lott, like he was known for his hits.
Yeah.
And Reed was a ball hog, but Reed was a hitter too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was part of that, that Ravens defense, man. Like,
facts. And this ain't to take away nothing from Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott was a dog. Like Ronnie Lott he's one of the best safeties of all time. He was one of the best defensive players of all time. And
Lott played he played strong safety too. He didn't play free safety. So maybe if I said he's the greatest free safety, would that have been a better, like, oh, okay, everybody agrees conversation, but Ed Reed's the best safety I've ever seen in my life, but
man. Like Bill Belichick said, Bill Belichick give you that distinction. I'm just gonna run with it.
He was getting like the types of like interceptions. He was getting interceptions on like all the top quarterbacks. Like it didn't matter who. Oh yeah, like you said, Bill Belichick. Like the way he to break down film of Ed Reed was like, man, like this player's insane. Let me look at. I'm trying to look at the numbers. All right, let's see. All right, Ed Reed. Let's see. So he had what? 84 interceptions all time? Oh no, 64 interception all time. Let me see how much defense.
Ed Reed?
Yeah. Let me see.
What's a lot?
64. Interception. Interceptions for touchdowns, he had 7.
Ed Reed?
But yeah. Fumble return for touchdowns, he had 2. So he had 9 altogether. Damn. I ain't gonna lie. Let me look at Charles Woodson, because Charles Woodson, I think, had a lot.
He had a lot of fumbles. So there's something. Charles Woodson had fumble recoveries too.
Yeah.
That's where I think that's where he separates. That's where I think he separates.
Let me see.
So as defensive touchdown, I think Charles Woodson might have the most defensive touchdowns ever.
So all right. So Charles Woodson has 65 interceptions.
Which is one more than Ed Reed.
And he had 11 interceptions for touchdowns.
Okay.
And then two fumble returns for touchdowns.
Oh, sure, that makes sense.
So 13 to Ed Reed's 9. Damn.
13. Okay.
Yeah.
He played corner too, though.
Yeah, he played corner.
Yeah.
Played corner and safety.
Yeah.
And let me see. Look at how many sacks too. Charles Woodson, damn shit. He had 20 sacks his career.
That's cold. That's cold right there.
Yeah. And Ed Reed had 6. Yeah.
6, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the Charles Woodson conversation from stats point, obviously you could easily be like, man, Charles Woodson.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, a lot of that came at corner too.
Yeah, but Ed Reed, like the way he did it was like
the way he did it. Yeah, I was just saying,
his
like
range.
I got Ed Reed over
come...
Ronnie Lott, but Ronnie Lott is a dog though. Ronnie Lott is crazy. Like I can't hate on Ronnie. Ronnie Lott is crazy because he put up and he won a bunch too because he was on those 49ers, so he won a bunch.
All right, you know what? So this is Rod Woodson. Shout out to Raider Allegiance here. Hold on 1 second.
Rod Woodson, that's another guy though. He played corner at the beginning of his career.
That's a good conversation to. That's a great look. Rod Woodson is a good comparison for Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
Because now when we talk about greatest DB, where they played both safety and corner, that's pretty much what Rod Woodson did. You could argue that Rod might be the greatest.
Yeah.
Damn.
There's some people that say he's the best. There's some people I've seen say the best.
Like what? DB or corner or safety?
DB, like DB.
Yeah, like man, that 02 year, man, when he came and had 8 picks, and the way he did it too was like, damn, like he saved the Raiders season.
Yeah,
he saved the Raiders. Like literally, the Raiders won 4 straight, lost 4 straight, had a game in Denver.
Yeah,
he takes it to the house.
To the house.
Rest is history. All you hear is John Madden says, "Great players make great plays." What did he say? Something.
Big players make big plays in big games or something.
Yeah. But it's true though. It's true. Let me see. Damn. I'm trying to pull up his stats. 1 second. Let me see. Career.
Yeah, that's when he had old boy across from him, right? He had Anthony Dorsett across from him at that time.
Yeah, it was someone no one really remembers.
Some bum.
All right. Okay, yeah, he had 71 interceptions. Or 71 interceptions. Yeah.
Yeah. Rod was a monster. I think he got hurt. That's why he had to I think that's why he had to make the transition to safety. I don't think it was old age. I could be wrong on that though, but I think I remember he had an injury.
Mm-hmm. So he had 12. Damn, he had 12 interceptions for touchdowns.
Dang.
And then he had one fumble for a fumble return for a touchdown. So it was about the same, 13. It's just
different combinations. Yeah.
And he had 13 and a half sacks to Charles Woodson's 20. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Rod Woodson firsthand, I seen it too, man. But Charles Woodson too, but sheesh. Who are you taking, Rod Woodson or Charles Woodson? That's a better conversation right here.
I'm taking Charles because that's my dog, but I wouldn't be mad if somebody.
I got his jersey back there. I don't know y'all see it right there somewhere over there.
I wouldn't hate if somebody took Rod. To be honest with you, I've had conversations with people that say Rod Woodson is the greatest DB ever, like over Deion. I had old dudes say he's better than Deion. I was like, you out of your mind. He's like, he's better than Deion. He's like, Deion's all flash. But he's one of those old dudes that, like, he's like, Deion's all flash. And like, oh, hell, all right, brother. But
yeah, people talk about Deion. He's not a physical player. He's not going to tackle.
Yeah, so that's one of those
things. He's not a good tackler.
But
what he will shut down that player that he's guarding, though. That's what Deion will do.
Oh, yeah, exactly. People talk about that game. What was it against the Bears? The mud game. Everybody else's uniform was dirty. Deion the only one with a clean jersey.
That's wild, man. And even when he was competing against like great players like Jerry Rice at that time, like you could tell like it was a battle.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm not comparing. Going back to what you was talking about Surtain, I'm not comparing like the players, but this is how I knew that like Surtain was like a great player. Like when he was the way he was competing with Devontae, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Everything Devontae was trying to everything was hard. it was tough. Yeah. Like, it was like, damn, Devontae got a catch. Like, I don't know how he did that, but glad he got a catch. Like, and, Devontae ended up getting 100 yards the first time around, I think, but it was like a tough 100. Like, it was one of them ugly hundreds. Like, he had to fight for every yard, I think the second time around, or the other time that I think Devontae struggled, I don't even think he had a couple catches or whatever. And the quarterback play was bad too. It's the quarterback play wasn't there, but it just
Devontae did him though. Devontae got him. Remember, Devontae had set him up in that game. He set him up with that route. Yeah.
Not the first year. Devontae that first year was, but that was Surtain's rookie year though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Surtain was a rookie, but he wasn't a rookie.
Right. But I'm talking about the second year. I'm talking about the second year that Devontae was with the team. The year that McDaniels got fired. That season.
Oh yeah, the Jimmy G year. Yeah.
Yeah, that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, now Rod Woodson, Charles Woodson, that's a good conversation. I mean, I would understand both. If someone said Rod Woodson, I would understand it, and someone said Charles Woodson, I'd be like, yeah, man. Like, it's one of those.
As a Raider, I gotta go Charles Woodson. If you ask me to see Wood or Ed Reed, I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably going to Ed Reed, bro.
All I know is Rod Woodson, he a Raider too, man. What you talking about, man?
Facts. Yeah, that is true. He a Steeler though. Old timers, he a Steeler.
I know. He was Steelers for years. I know did he play for the Eagles? He didn't play for the Eagles?
I don't remember.
I think it's the Steelers. Oh, he played for the 49ers? Damn. Oh, damn. Oh, I know he played for Baltimore. That's the other team that
right, yeah. I remember that. I do remember
he played with Baltimore. Mm-hmm.
I do remember.
Damn, he played.
I don't remember the Eagles. I don't remember the Eagles or the Niners.
He played on a great defense. God damn. But that first year with the Raiders, I was like, damn, that was like my favorite player on defense. I mean, outside of Charles, but Charles, that year he was hurt too.
Yeah.
If you remember, I think he broke something and he ended up coming back the Super Bowl or whatever, and it ended up getting a pick.
That pick,
I thought we won.
Almost a pick six.
Hey, this is why you don't celebrate too early, man.
So this on the first drive, wasn't it? Was it on the first drive?
First drive, Brad Johnson. I was like, that's what, because I thought Brad Johnson was trash. I was like, man, this dude's trash. He has no business being in the Super Bowl.
I knew it was Brad Johnson was nice. I keep telling him Brad Johnson was nice with the Redskins. He wasn't superstar, but Brad Johnson was nice with the Redskins.
He was game manager, bro. Game manager.
He was nice. He was
comparing to Rich Gannon. Rich Gannon, it's not even close.
Oh yeah, he was MVP though.
But I'm just saying he was a game manager. There's nothing wrong with being a game manager, but he was a game manager though.
Yeah, it was at that time. It was almost not even now. I don't even say Nick Foles because Brad Johnson was way better than Nick Foles was. Had shown, but I knew Brad Johnson, if he can turn up. If he can get going, he can get going. So I was like, I respected him.
Oh
still.
yeah. Broke his shin first drive on the Yep. First drive. I thought it was game. I was like, man, the Raiders are gonna win this. And it was in San Diego. Hell, Raider fans showed out. Yeah. We all know what happened, man. The interception after interception for touchdowns. Was it Dwight Jackson? Safety that won MVP that game. We had a couple of Dwayne Jacksons, right? It was something like that. But years later, he had a infamous interview. I don't know if you remember that interview he had, it was a podcast interview or a radio interview where he started going. Dexter Jackson. Yep. Dexter Jackson. Yep. Shout out to Jamari, man. He on it today. Yeah, Dexter Jackson. He had a infamous interview he had on radio where he was going in, basically saying the whole NFL was basically, it's all script. Yeah. It's all rigged. Everything is rigged. And I was like, damn, bro. He said he was talking about how they knew the plays and he just. It was not just, but it wasn't even just that. He was just talking about the NFL in general.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it to you. But the radio host, he got mad though, because I don't think he wanted to talk about that. He was like, he tried to change the subject, but he went on a little rant.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anybody in the chat, if they seen it, I'm gonna send it to you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to you. But yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to clock in at this point, clock out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Let me see if I can. Man, hold up before. Let me see if I can play it real quick. I think it's a short clip. Let's see if I can play it real quick. And we'll be out of here. Let's see. Dexter Jackson. Shit, it might have been it. They might have deleted that right there. That was too much information. Dexter Jackson.
Jamari. I think John Lynch. I think his exact quote was like, "They're running all the same stuff he ran in practice." I think that was his exact quote.
Jackson. Let me see. Conspiracy. Let me see. Conspiracy. Damn, I can't even find it no more.
Yeah.
Maybe if I put
Roger Goodell was like, yoink. Roger Goodell was like, not today. Yeah, it was something like that. I don't remember. I remember John Lynch on the sideline though. It was like after interception. Yeah, I remember him saying it. Yeah, it was something like that. Something like that. But they knew everything, like you said. Like we didn't.
Damn, they suppressed this right here because I remember this video popping up. Wow. Interview. Man, it was an interview that he had. If I showed it to you, you'd be like, what the? I mean, it wouldn't be surprising in that, like, you know, but it was like, you could tell, like, man, I guess Dexter Jackson, there's a dude named Dexter Jackson that's like a bodybuilder. Like, this shit popping up like crazy. Like, I don't get it.
I don't be knowing about none of these people.
Yeah, what the hell? Fuck, man, I'll find it some other time, man. I really wanted to play it real quick, like just a snippet. Interview. Let's see, Tampa Bay safety Dexter Jackson. Oh, okay, damn. He's out here talking about. Yeah, they deleted that for sure.
Oh, you know they did.
Whoever posted it too, like they flagged him.
Like, get you up out of there, bruh.
Oh man, I thought Dexter let me see. Damn. What the hell? Oh man, this is crazy. Oh, I thought I found it. Oh damn. Yeah, I think, and even if I played it, I think I feel like the show would probably just end out of nowhere. It'll just end. Let's see. Tampa Bay safety Dexter Jackson. Conspiracy. That's what I'm like. Super Bowl. Damn.
Yeah, they got that up out of there.
Yeah, they got it out of here.
But if y'all haven't done so already, make sure y'all clock in, clock out, hit that subscribe button. Hey, most importantly, hit that share button, man. Share this with some other Raider fans, man. You know, spread the word.
Yeah, the man. Yeah, for sure. They took it away. I'm gonna try to find it, man. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna send it somehow. But yeah, man, hey, make sure to clock in. At this point, clock out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We appreciate everybody coming through. It's been a great show. Severe, man, let the people know where they can find you, what to look forward to, all that good stuff.
Yeah, man, you guys know what it is. It's the Severe Raider here on YouTube, IG, Snapchat, TikTok, X, Twitch, Kick, Truth Social, everywhere. It's the Severe Raider, man. So tap in with your boy. Holla at me, every Tuesday with my guy Pharaoh. Also do the Raider War Room. Thursday with my guy Pharaoh. Then we got Around the Shield. And then Sunday I'm back with my guys for the Raider War Room as well, man. So if you like what you saw today, please make sure you share it with some fellow Raider fans, man. Spread the word out there. Hit that like button. That helps us out tremendously. And the algorithm helps push our content to other Raider fans, other people who might enjoy what you saw today. And sometimes people pop in the comment section, and their comments lead to some good conversation, man. So sharing is caring.
Yes, sir, man. We'll be back here later this week, man. Around the Shield. Hopefully, we'll have a guest for you. Hey, man, the show's been fire. I'm not gonna lie, man. If you haven't been checking out Around the Shield, man, we've been having some good guests, great conversations, and we'll have a great conversation with y'all this Thursday too, because we'll have something to talk about as far as what's going on with Raiders training camp. Nice. Who's killing, who's having a good training camp, who's making plays, standing out so far. We'll get into all that good stuff, especially the latest and greatest with the Raiders. Yes, if you haven't already, make sure to clock in. At this point, clock out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And yeah, we'll be back here later this week, but also next week, 50/50 show at our usual time. On Tuesdays. And yeah, man, be on the lookout for new content. I gotta get back to my video dropping ways, you know what I mean? So be on the lookout for get back to that. As well as follow us all over social media. You see the name PharoahNFL, and obviously Severe Raider below. All over social media, IG and Twitter. Or man, I keep messing up Twitter, X. Like X is just a weird name, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. Elon need to get it together, man.
Yeah.
Some with that. He has like a weird infatuation with the letter X for some reason, and he, I don't know, man.
Not gonna speculate.
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, man. So yeah, man. Make sure to tune in, and then I'm trying to think of Around the Shield. Yeah, follow Around the Shield on X and on IG. So yeah, definitely do that. Any last thoughts before we head out, Severe?
This man said, see where he fits in. Bro.
Who you
talking about? Pete Carroll.
Damn, man. On that note, man, we gonna head up out of here, man. We appreciate everybody coming through, man. It's been a great show. Just make sure to hit that notification bells for the show that we're gonna have later this week, Around the Shield. We'll see y'all soon, man. Peace.
Just win, baby. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.